Friday, May 21. Welcome to CGN News. Trinidad and Tobago's Ministry of Education has announced that the Secondary Entrance Assessment (SEA) exam scheduled for June 10 has been postponed to July 1. Speaking at a post-cabinet briefing, Minister of Education Nyan Gadsby-Dolly said the delay is necessary due to the trajectory of the pandemic and the challenges posed by health regulations. The result of the SEA were expected to be released in the second week of September. The COVID-19 infection rate in Trinidad and Tobago has increased rapidly, with more than 600 cases in recent daily updates. The Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, the JHTA, says the government needs to make it clear that the COVID-19 protocols remain in place for travelers even if they are fully vaccinated. The Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, has strongly advised Caribbean countries not to relax entry protocols for travelers who are fully vaccinated against the virus. PAHO official Dr. Ciro Ugarte said fully vaccinated people can still contract and spread the virus. JHTA President Clifton Reeder agrees with the directive. Dr. Alfred Dawes, former senior medical officer at Savannah Lamar Hospital, is recommending a review of the entry protocols. Dr. Dawes said there is a 14-day quarantine period against locals, while foreigners are coming in and out of the country as they feel. The University of the West Indies, UWI, has formulated a financial aid package for new and returning Vincentian students as a form of support for the volcano-hit island. UWI Vice-Chancellor Professor Sir Hilary Beckles and St. Vincent Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves say the package will benefit 1,200 Vincentian students enrolled in programs across the campuses. A statement from the UWI said the students will receive tuition and accommodation assistance for the academic year 2021-2022 of up to 50% based on campus capacity and individual needs. Additionally, 30% of the proceeds from the New York and Toronto fundraising galas will be earmarked to provide specific financial support for students from St. Vincent. Grenada's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell says the construction sector will play a significant role in Grenada's economic recovery in the era of the novel coronavirus pandemic. Mitchell said 2021 could be a watershed year for the Ministry of Infrastructure Development. He noted that the ministry has already experienced improvement in the implementation rate, but that there is room for further improvement. The Prime Minister reaffirmed his administration's commitment to moving ahead with major projects. These include a new residence for the Governor-General, a new police headquarters, fire station, and a legal complex. Air Canada will resume flights to Mexico, Cuba, and other Caribbean destinations starting in June. The airline's updated schedule for June and July has several new routes added to popular destinations. Air Canada will resume its weekly flight to Cuba starting July 3. Cuba has made it easier for Canadian tourists to visit by removing the pre-flight PCR testing requirement and arranging smooth access to the pre-flight test needed to return. Flights will resume to Montego Bay, Jamaica, 5 times a week on July 1 from Toronto only. While Jamaica is open for tourism, it's not as easy to visit compared to Mexico and the Dominican Republic. Jamaica has added new testing rules and mandatory insurance for travelers visiting the country. Reports out of England and Canada suggest that Jamaican women are likely the first to benefit from discoveries that medical cannabis formulations are 100% effective in killing breast cancer cells. The cure could come from a combination of medical cannabis and medicinal mushrooms formulations developed by Apollon Jamaica and AI Pharmaceuticals Jamaica. Jamaican Paul Burke is chairman of Apollon Jamaica, and CEO is American physician Dr. Stephen Barnhill. Barnhill owns 49% of the shares, and under Jamaica's Cannabis Licensing Authority, the company must be majority owned by Jamaicans. A ceasefire between Israel and the Palestinian militant group Hamas in the Gaza Strip has come into effect. The ceasefire began early on Friday, bringing to an end 11 days of fighting in which more than 250 people were killed, most of them in Gaza. Palestinians poured on the streets of Gaza soon after the truce began, while a Hamas official warned the group had not let down its guard. Both Israel and Hamas have claimed victory in the conflict. U.S. President Joe Biden said the ceasefire had brought a genuine opportunity for progress. Iran's foreign ministry has condemned as shameful a Canadian court ruling on Thursday that said a Ukraine airliner was shot down intentionally last year in an act of terrorism. In a statement Friday, a ministry official said the ruling lacks basis and legitimate evidence. Ukraine Airlines flight PS-752 was shot down by 2 surface-to-air missiles in January 2020, killing all 176 people on board, most of whom had ties to Canada. Iran's final report said it was an accident caused by human error. Iran had fired more than a dozen missiles earlier that night at 2 U.S. bases in Iraq to avenge Major General Soleimani, who was assassinated by a drone strike ordered by former President Donald Trump. Microsoft said it is retiring Internet Explorer, the browser it created more than 25 years ago and which is now largely abandoned as people instead use competitors like Google's Chrome or Apple's Safari. The future of Internet Explorer on Windows 10 is in Microsoft Edge, the company said in a blog post Wednesday, referring to its other browser. Microsoft said that as of June 15, 2022, Internet Explorer will be retired, but Internet Explorer-based websites and applications will work with Edge at least until 2029. Meanwhile, people ribbed Internet Explorer in tweets on Thursday. Quote, "RIP Internet Explorer. I never used it, but after it dies, we can't make fun of it anymore," end quote, wrote someone with the handle ArcaderUWU. Britain's Prince William has blamed BBC failings over its interview with his mother for fueling her paranoia and worsening his parents' relationship. After an inquiry found the BBC fell below its standards, Prince William said he was most saddened Diana never learned she had been deceived. Prince Harry blamed a toxic media culture for his mother's death. He said the ripple effect of a culture of exploitation and unethical practices ultimately took his mother's life. Prince Harry expressed concern such practices are still widespread today, adding that it was bigger than one outlet, one network, or one publication. The BBC has written to apologize to Princes William and Harry, as well as Prince Charles and Diana's brother Earl Spencer. That's it for CGN News. I'm Scott Wilson. Thanks for watching.